Dear friends, have you ever had such a moment? You walk into the office, the lively chatter suddenly stops, and everyone's eyes flicker like waves. In that instant, your heart tightens, and even your breathing becomes shallow. Were they just talking about me? Or when you post a message in a group chat, expecting an enthusiastic response, but the screen stays silent, and the air turns cold. You start to wonder, did I say something wrong? Does everyone secretly dislike me? Or perhaps a deeper kind of pain, when you give someone everything and naturally expect the same devotion in return. But when reality doesn't match your expectations, the disappointment and chill feel like they could swallow you whole. You keep asking, why? What did I do wrong? Why am I not enough? We often think our pain is caused by others, by their indifference or neglect. But today, I want to tell you, the real source of your suffering isn't what others do to you, but the script you've written in your own mind. Most of the pain you feel is a play you've directed and performed all by yourself. So what is this script that controls our emotions and drains our energy, quietly manipulating our words, actions, and relationships without us realizing it? More importantly, how can we tear up that script and stop being an actor trapped in pain to become the director of our own life? What follows might feel uncomfortable because it will reflect the truths we least want to face. But it's also the beginning of breaking free from mental exhaustion and regaining emotional freedom. Imagine this. Inside every one of us lives a tireless screenwriter. This screenwriter, shaped by our past experiences, beliefs, and fears, constantly drafts scripts for everything that might happen. These scripts define who's the hero, who's the supporting role, what's right or wrong, and how a perfect story should unfold. If I treat him well, he should treat me well. If I'm a partner, a parent, or a child, I should be understood and obeyed. If I work hard, success should belong to me. So we step into reality carrying these invisible scripts. But when life refuses to play along, our inner director erupts. We feel anxious, disappointed, angry, hurt. We blame others for not following the script, yet we never realize, perhaps we've been holding the wrong one from the start. Everyone lives by their own script, and when we judge others based on ours, negative emotions multiply. But those judgments are really a prison built by your own imagination, not by others. This is what we'll explore today. How to recognize and break free from the inner scripts that drain you, see the world as it really is, and live more freely. Truth 1. What hurts you is not others' indifference, but your expectations. Each of us carries an emotional map, where we mark people at different levels of importance. Close ones at the peaks, ordinary ones on the plains, and strangers as distant outlines. The problem is we assume our map is universal. When we place someone on a high peak, we naively believe they'll do the same. Thus, expectations are born. We expect them to show up when we need them, to remember our words, to return our kindness. But expectations are dangerous. Cervantes once said, "Expectation is the beggar of the soul." Excessive hope breeds deep disappointment. When reality shows you're just a passerby in someone's story, your emotional account suddenly empties. That pain of being ignored often comes not from their cruelty, but your one-sided wish. You've been paying emotional interest on a bond they never agreed to sign. Remember, what torments you isn't their coldness, but the fantasy you refuse to let go of. What you miss isn't that person, but the idealized version you projected onto them. How to escape the pain of unmet expectations. Separate my business from others' business. My kindness is my choice. How you respond is yours. True giving is free from demands for return. That's when life becomes lighter. Manage expectations. Lower your expectations not out of cynicism, but wisdom. Treat every act of kindness as a gift, not an obligation. Fewer expectations, fewer disappointments. Cultivate self-awareness. See your real place in others' lives clearly. Don't overestimate your importance. Reclaim your power not to be hurt. This isn't coldness. It's the clarity and self-respect of a mature heart. Truth 2. What traps you isn't others' disregard, but your self-righteousness. I'm someone who loves order, a spotless home, neatly folded towels. My husband and daughter, on the other hand, are carefree and casual. I tidy the house, they mess it up again. I remind them, they agree, yet nothing changes. For a long time, this small battle for order made me silently fume. Then one day, we had to move into my daughter's dorm. The room was a mess, books scattered, towels hanging askew. She exclaimed, "Oh no, it's a disaster." But to her surprise, I didn't get angry. I simply began to tidy up quietly. Because that day, I finally understood. Forcing my standards on others was stubbornness disguised as rightness. True wisdom is letting go of control, allowing others to breathe freely. In Buddhism, this is called ego clinging, the belief that my thoughts, my standards, my rules must be the world's rules. When life doesn't obey, we suffer. Almost all troubles stem from this ego attachment. My child should listen. My partner should understand. My employee should perform well. To dissolve ego attachment, shift perspective. See differences as neutral, not better or worse. My neatness isn't superior. Their casualness isn't inferior. It's just different. Focus on your circle of influence. You can't change others' habits, only your own reactions. Practice nonviolent communication. Replace blame. You should tidy up with feelings and needs. I feel anxious when things are messy because I need a calm space. Would you help me keep it that way? That's not control, it's invitation. When you stop trying to fix others, life softens. The invisible cage falls away and peace enters your heart. Truth 3. What hurts you isn't others' cruelty, but your own emotions. If a snake bites you, you don't chase it. You stop the bleeding and seek help. But emotionally, we often do the opposite. We chase the snake, the person who hurt us, full of rage, until the poison spreads inside us. The other person has moved on, while you keep gripping the burning iron of the past, thinking you're hurting them, but you're only burning yourself. Psychologist Yarkos found that 90% of life's suffering comes from unwillingness to let go, the refusal to accept loss after investing time, love, and energy. Like gamblers, we keep betting on a lost game, unwilling to cut our losses. To heal, acknowledge failure. Admit the truth. Yes, I misjudged. I was hurt. Acceptance is the first step to freedom. Reevaluate cognitively. Ask, which hurts more, holding on or letting go? You'll realize clinging is slow self-destruction. Invest in the future. Channel your energy into growth, learning, new relationships, new passions. The best revenge isn't hatred, but healing and becoming better. Truth 4. What drains you isn't others' reactions, but your own inner drama. There's a joke. Mrs. Lee steps on something, panics all day thinking she's killed a frog, only to discover at night it was 2 squashed eggplants. Funny, but true. We constantly turn neutral events into personal disasters and then pay real emotional prices for imaginary stories. Your boss frowns, you assume he's disappointed in you. Someone doesn't reply to your message, you assume they're losing interest. In reality, most of the pain comes not from events, but from the stories you tell yourself about them. To stop this endless self-drama, separate fact from interpretation. Fact, my boss looked at me. Interpretation, he's unhappy with me. Clarity begins here. List multiple possibilities. Maybe he didn't sleep well. Maybe he was thinking about something else. When you see more options, your mind loosens its grip. Practice mindfulness. You are not your thoughts, you are the observer of them. Anchor yourself in the present, and the storm calms. When you no longer mistake emotions for truth, you reclaim your inner peace. You realize life is far gentler than you thought, and you are your own home. When the inner script fades and attachment dissolves, nothing outside can easily disturb your calm. You become like a clear mirror, reflecting everything, holding nothing. True strength isn't conquering the world, it's being unshaken by it. Be the director of your life, not the actor trapped in emotion. See through your scripts, lower expectations, allow others to be themselves, and cut your losses when needed. Then you'll find the real world is far wider, warmer, and more beautiful than you imagined. 3 simple daily practices. Ask yourself 3 times a day, am I seeing facts or my interpretation of them? Write the answer down. When emotions surge, take 3 deep breaths. Wait 3 minutes before responding. Every week, spend 1 hour learning something new, a skill, a book, an exercise. Shift your energy from emotional reaction to personal growth. From today on, become a clearer, gentler, stronger director of your own life. When you stop torturing yourself with inner drama, life feels lighter, and even your face softens with peace. May you stay calm amid chaos, wise amid expectations, and gentle even after pain. Let's grow together and become better versions of ourselves. Thank you for reading. If this brought you insight, please share the path within with family and friends. Your support is my greatest motivation.